game number 2 of the winter finals between the Ohio brothers and the Bloodthirsty Kings. 1 win so far for TOB.
Yeah, one win. We're going to see it's a priority from Fried Chicken remains the same. We saw him put a little bit of pressure onto the marksman lane, but I want to say a few ganks that didn't go in his direction that kind of turned the tables. We can see here from the emblems, the Ohio brothers got a little bit of agility mixed in with tenacity. Nothing special, a lot more tenacities on the side of Bloodthirsty Kings to kind of withstand that early game ganks, and a lot of tankiness for them as well. The later and later we get, I feel like this is going to go over to the Bloodthirsty Kings favor, but we just need to reach that point in the game.
You are seeing the Festival of Blood from Fried Chicken and also Milo to be able to survive with that spell vamp. Now, game number 1, it was no secret. The first 2 deaths from Chicken definitely were costly, but this time, best player is going to draw a kill. Shuts down Yato in the mid lane. 1 kill for BTK. Or TOB, actually. BTK takes the death.
Yeah, and that's super unfortunate for BTK, especially because I feel like that could have been a little bit avoided from Yato. Kind of, if you don't have somebody there protecting you at mid lane, you want to still kind of create some distance. Always expected, especially from the Ohio brothers, who just, oh god, best player.
Ooh, he's going to dive in with the Phantom's execution. Maybe able to get a pick off, but no! Chicken! Woo! With the counterplay, takes him down. Mobazane takes down Super Shark. A 2-for-none trade. And now BTK takes the lead and kills.
Yeah, a nice engagement there. Zane able to pick up a kill, so was Fried Chicken. Oh, and we're starting to kind of try to punish the Ohio brothers for this early aggression, especially diving in there. Best player got a little bit greedy there, and BTK there to punish them for it.
And now you are seeing Zane in position for a possible retribution, but best player does puncture in. Thorn Rose, Phantom execution with the retribution, and claims the turtle for TOB. You're going to see Yato take down Milo. Super Shark does fall as well. 4-1 so far. BTK leading in kills, but losing the first neutral objective. But the invasion on the purple buff, looks like they were able to get it.
Zane was able to get it. Zane was able to get it, pick it up there, and they punished the Ohio brothers for that first turtle. It's now 1-4, a good early start for the Bloodthirsty Kings. This is what we were talking about during the first game, is we need BTK to handle that early game before the snowball, or they're going to have trouble. And now we see TOB trying to get in here, put some pressure.
They're responding back, trying to take Zane's purple buff. You got to admire the tenacity from these teams, and he does take it.
Yeah, in answer to that, and this is what we're talking about. We need Fried Chicken to always be aware of kind of protecting Zane and trying to put some pressure on to this gold lane as well. You can see him on here on the back, but I mean, a good game so far for BTK, 1-4, but we need to start making something happen here. We can see on the Bloodthirsty King side, ISO already picked up that Blade of Hephaestus, and both mages looking to still get their first item. So I mean, we're doing a good job when it comes to the marksman lane here for BTK and in the early.
And Yato picks up the manipulation with the IMU, waiting for the right moment to strike. Now, I will say the difference in this game is Chicken is having a way better early start, right? 3 out of the 4 kills he has been a part of for BTK, and this time Shark is the one that takes the 2 early deaths, and on the same hero that we saw Chicken fall short on.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is I feel like this is just really a lot more comfortable. This is exactly why they went ahead and took that Edith in the first draft, is because Chicken is very comfortable on that hero, and it's something that melds very well into both the roam and the XP position, and probably provides the least amount of holes in the gameplay. Big hook pop-up.
Yeah, manipulation drops down from Yato. Last Insanity with the flicker in from T, doing some damage on Hoon. Fire missile, fire stakes, throwing it all at him. Secures the kill. Turtle still in play. Best player in position for the retribution. The knockup with the Ocean's Oddity. The rough waves. T immortality has been proc. Thorn Rose goes in. T takes down best player. Zane claims a turtle for BTK. As you are going to see Milo taking some massive damage from Chicken.
BTK has come alive in the second game here, 1-6 right now, and that is and now starting to claim objectives from the Ohio brothers. Last time they had the trade-in objective for some kills. This time able to pick up both, even withstanding a great set there by Super Shark with those rough waves. So they're doing a great job here. They're executing in the early game, and they're a cohesive unit when it comes to these objectives and these objective fights.
Yeah, speaking of objectives, Shark taking some heavy hits, is gonna go ahead and get out of that damage. Best player wrapping around with Thorn Rose. Phantom Execution. Zia secures the kill, takes down Chicken. 2-6 so far. BTK, though, they are leading in terms of kills, but they are tied on the Turtles. It's a 2,000 gold lead, possibly in their favor, but ISO is now by himself on the bottom side.
Yeah, and that's the problem too. Now we're at 2-6, but were we able to transition these kills into objectives? We got one more kill for the Ohio brothers, and they used that momentum to claim themselves a tower. And that's what we need to start seeing from BTK to kind of withstand, because once you start losing towers, once you start opening up that map, it's going to be hard to stop the Ohio brothers. Ooh, as we see best player steal an orange buff.
And you are going to see the manipulation drop down, but a counterplay. Zia finds fried chicken. Yato drops down a manipulation of his own with the IMU, but best player wraps around and shuts it down, secures the kill. It's now 4-6. TOB is starting to stack up these kills and may be able to turn this game in their favor if BTK is not careful.
Ooh, ISO might be in a little bit of trouble here. 4 members, and that's going to be an easy cleanup for the Ohio brothers. Just when BTK were starting to try to get objectives of their own. The XP lane, both of these guys just ignoring each other, going for the cutting of the lanes first.
Yeah, definitely gotta be careful when it comes to these two teams fighting it out. Next neutral objective is on the table. Turtle at about 25% HP. Milo rushing in, but Zane with the retribution a little bit faster than best player will secure this objective for BTK. T takes down best player in the process.
Yeah, a great job at the turtle objectives here. Looks like Yellow is in a little bit of trouble here. Is going to go ahead and tank that out. But, I mean, BTK still, this is the most even game I've seen from them thus far, except for the, I want to say the first game they played against TOB, the first series they played against TOB in stage 1.
It's definitely looking a little bit better, but Super Shark finds ISO. Gonna dive into the turret, secure the kill. Right now, you are looking at them being even in terms of turrets.
Yeah, and now Zane doing a good job starting to enforce his will in the enemy jungle, trying to refuse that from a best player. And now diving into the backline, allowing his team to get some time on this turret.
But high execution from best player rushes into the minions to delay BTK from seizing that turret. Definitely focusing on what's important right there, and that just shows you why these two teams are the best of the best so far for North America.
Yeah, and right now it is neck and neck, narrowly a 2K gold lead for BTK, and I want to say they need to start making something happen now. Maybe start losing. A lot of their players have been getting caught. I mean, a Shark, you can't argue with his positioning and his ability to kind of catch players, especially for on a person or on a hero like Kadita. They need to stop getting caught for someone to start having an advantage during some of these objective fights.
And, you know, I think this is going to be the situation where this is where you got to start paying attention to Zia, right? This is where he shines. He starts rotating around. He's super elusive and mobile, and he'll sneak these objectives in their favor if you're not careful. But the battle in the mid lane, Zane doing a little damage, but getting a little as well, as you are seeing both teams focus in the mid river. Even best player joining the party, but nobody falling. But here it goes. Moba Zane rushing in, brings his wrath. ISO finds a kill, takes down Milo. Yato takes down Hoon. Manipulation does drop down. Chicken finds Super Shark as T rushes with the last sanity, finds Zia. That is 4 members falling for TOB. The full team of BTK still alive.
Yeah, what a great set there. Mobazane comes in, Fly Chicken right behind him, gets the pop-up, and then the Appraiser's Wrath from Zane, finishing off the team there. Just a great setup and great cohesiveness from the Bloodthirsty Kings. And not just that, but we're talking about, like we said, Chicken not playing the role that he's used to, but very comfortable on this Edith.
Yeah, definitely having a way better game for Chicken. Playing the roam position currently for BTK. You're going to see T take down best player on the 4v1 situation. Now, this is in BTK's favor, right? But anything can happen. You are going to see the manipulation drop down from Hoon. A little bit over aggression, but Zane finds another kill. Is going to take down Super Shark. Zia, very low, but finds Chicken on the 1v1 matchup.
Yeah, and a great job there. They're really starting to take advantage of the mistakes that the Ohio brothers are making. You can see Super Shark trying to go in there, get CC'd down. As we start taking a look at the items here right now, we can see, I mean, ISO still, I want to say, lagging just a little bit behind Zia when it comes to some of the items, but the rest of the team doing such a great job. T and Zane kind of heading off the front line of the Ohio brothers here as this match goes on. We're at the 10-minute mark, 7-13 in favor of BTK.
Yeah, but you are still seeing Zia having the advantage, having more kills. It's definitely outscaling ISO, which you kind of mentioned, and that may be the deciding factor that they can kind of use at their advantage against BTK if they're not careful. But ISO has a plan, right? He just picked up the Win in Nature to negate the physical damage, which could help him when it comes to fighting these engagements, especially against Zia.
Yeah, and right now we're starting to see the dominoes align for the Bloodthirsty Kings. This is what I talked about, the early game. If you can withstand that early game, then BTK has a large chance to be able to kind of enforce their will, roll that snowball down the hill, and keep going. We're just going to see if they can kind of keep doing it without making any mistakes.
Yeah, and the minions will be cleared in the mid lane from best player. Definitely trying to keep as much map as he can alive for his team. Right now, they are down by 2 turrets and also down by 1 turtle. BTK having the advantage. But the later this game goes, it can definitely be a flip of the coin on who can win this.
Yeah, once both teams start getting into that late game, it's going to be basically a 50-50 shot and next fight wins the game. Right now, things still in favor of Bloodthirsty Kings. Have a commanding 6K gold lead over the Ohio brothers at the 11-minute mark. So it's their game to lose right now. So all they need to do is kind of keep up the pace, keep punishing the Ohio brothers, keep pushing in these lanes, and set up for successful Lord takes and then pushes.
And you can definitely tell TOB is still comfortable. Even though they're down on the map, they are still extending pretty far out. As you are seeing a little bit of these skirmishes starting to happen. But now BTK trying to take advantage of the map. They're trying to make sure that they maintain the aggro on these lanes, right? Clear out these minions and have total map control. I mean, we have about 10 seconds until the Lord spawns in, and that is going to be the deciding factor. Not even necessarily taking the Lord, but baiting it out and taking some kills to create that opportunity.
Yeah, and right now they're doing a great job. Great vision for them as well. And they have a good spread on the map while they're starting to take this Lord. They are a little bit spread off now that Zane is starting on the Lord. We're going to see. I think this next fight might just kind of answer all our questions to where both of these teams are going to be for these next few pushes.
You can definitely tell best player's plan, right? He's rotating around on the safe side, trying to get to this Lord, but T, with the denials, giving him some serious trouble, opening up that pathway for an easy retribution, and does force him out. Uses the last insanity. T is just gatekeeping TOB from even stepping in the Lord pit. ISO is gonna find Super Shark though. One member falling for TOB. Make that another as he gets a double. Takes down best player, meaning they have no retribution, and Zane will claim the Lord for BTK, but T is not done. He is on fire. He is going in for more. Another last insanity and a monster kill as he takes down Milo.
T is having the game of his life, and I feel like this is just kind of the correct answer, especially when it came to kind of reorganizing the roster, trying to cover up some of the holes there. Chicken on the roam allows T to shine here, and they are absolutely punishing Shark for a lot of these engagements. He's going in and he's getting bursted down, not able to find the picks that he was able to in the first game. And the Bloodthirsty Kings are on a roll here, 7-16, a 10K gold lead with a Lord coming down.
And speaking of that Lord, now going to crash into the inhibitor for the top side, trying to open up the map in BTK's favor by cracking open that base. You're going to see best player find a kill, take down ISO. Zane will fall into the hands of Zia. 2 members falling for BTK. This is the opportunity that TOB was looking for to be able to have the advantage in this match. A slight mistake from BTK as Zia is going to take down Fried Chicken. Only T and Yato live to be able to fight. And now they have to push back, which may force this to work in favor for the Ohio brothers to push up these lanes.
And this is where the Ohio brothers are most dangerous. Once they get a little bit of momentum at their heels, they're going to kind of continue this push. They know what they need to do. They're zoning out and they're taking these objectives that they need to.
1 cannon minion, and they're going to go ahead and take 2 turrets with it. Almost 2 turrets. But they do shut down that minion just in time. But now they got to push out as they're being a little overly aggressive.
Yeah, great job. Unfortunately, only able to get one tower with it. So it's BTK still very much in this game, still very much in control of it here. You can see Zia starting to pick up. He's got the Malefic Roar. He's got the Sea Halberd. Crit. He's full items right now. And ISO still doing. I think he's still working on. Looks like he's looking for a BOD for his next item. So still some work there. But ISO still having a great game. The big thing, the big name right now is on T's shoulders here. If they can continue to punish Super Shark and have T kind of crashing in and chunking them down, BTK still is in this.
Yeah, definitely in this. And right now we're almost at the 16-minute mark. We mentioned the later this game goes, it's literally going to be a difference in who can win the 5v5 engagement. And that's going to be the situation we're going to run into here momentarily as we get closer to that 20-minute mark. I mean, even looking at best player and Mobile Zane, both of them pretty much tied in XP. Everybody getting to full build. Divine Glaive being picked up from Hoon. They're getting ready for a battle.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I feel like, oh, big pop-up on the Mielo.
But wait a minute, does he bait out the utility? ISO with the chase does use the torn apart memories. That does work in Milo's favor though. As Hoon, wait a second, he takes down Moba Zane off of screen. That is huge. With him down, they could possibly push in even further and take this Lord because they don't have the Retribution.
Yeah, and they were trying to put some pressure onto that mid lane, and that's going to go ahead, force those minions there, which Bloodthirsty Kings are going to have to answer, which gives them an even better opening to go ahead and take this Lord. What an unfortunate turn right now for BTK. They're going to need to, there needs to be an answer for this push if BTK wants to stay in this.
That was a good knock-up over there from Super Shark, too. He waited in that bush. He knew T was going to wrap around and try and steal that Lord with the last Insanity, but he didn't allow it, right? He got the knock-up, and Zane was able, not Zane, but Best Player was able to secure that for his side. So, right now, with the Luminous Lord making his way through the mid lane, this could be a potential ending for TOB.
Yeah, and right now it's with T kind of on the back foot. It's on. This is where the roams kind of come into mission. Can we get these sets? Can we start punishing the team for getting a little overzealous during these fights? And we see the charge coming in from the Lord.
Does crash into the inhibitor turret for the mid lane. It does fall. Lord at about 50% HP. Ice Queen Wand being picked up from Hoon over there. Or no, the Winter Truncheon to be able to kind of save himself when this engagement does come on the way. But the knockup, the Terrify, the Chain CC, and the Torn Apart Memories procking the immortality from Milo. Manipulation drops down from afar. ISO finds a kill. Milo does fall. The inhibitor on the bottom side, very low, does drop. Chicken will fall in the process. Best player securing the kill. Yato taking down Super Shark. Zia finds ISO to respond. This is still a 3-for-3 in the base for BTK.
Did you see Best Player? Just the dashes all around the map, able to find the pickoffs, drops 2 members from BTK, and now this might be the end.
Yeah, they are still trying to close it out. The inhibitor falls to the top side. The Thor rolls. Zia picks up a kill, finds Yato. Zane, immortality has been procced. They are trying it all, trying to delay them from ending this game. Best player takes out Moba Zane. T not able to stop them, and TOB takes game 2 against the Bloodthirsty Kings.